The majority actually of black students in Algeria do not attend course. There's no in between when you're black. It's either the teacher thinks of you as smart or they think of you as dumb. You may never even know what anything is in Arabic, probably apart from Salam Alaikum. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're coming through for the first time. Hi, my name is Leah, and before we go any further, I'd like to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber, and please turn on your post notifications so that you always get notified whenever I come back with a new video. So yeah, for today's video, as you guys have seen from the title, I am going to be giving you guys all the facts about studying in Algeria. So these may not really apply to everyone studying in Algeria. They may apply to some, but I think mostly to the foreign students in Algeria. And even to the foreign students in Algeria, just to put that out there, if you don't relate to any of these things, it's okay. I am going to be talking about my own experience and not anybody else's. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So fact number one is you may never fully learn French by the time you leave Algeria. So I think people just have this notion of just because you're in Algeria and you learn in French, you kind of have to go back home and you like know French and stuff. Yeah, some people do know French. I think I'm one of them. But some people never get to learn French, like learn it. They never get to learn French like that. It's not like you don't understand French. You will understand it, but it's just really hard to speak it. And I feel like most of the times we get to learn the French that you hear, which is the French that you know at school. Like for example, if you ask me what sand is in French, I do not know what sand is. But if you ask someone doing civil engineering, they'll know what sand is because obviously they've learned sand before. But I haven't learned sand before, you get me? Doing certain things like maybe a body part, a random body part, somebody doing medicine would know what that is. And the person doing economics or something else wouldn't know what that is. So yeah, it's like you never really get to learn everything in French. Like you don't just like grasp all the French like that. But yeah, maybe basics, you know, interactions and stuff, you can know that French, but you just won't know all of it like that. So yeah. Fact number two is you may experience having teachers who are racist. And this is a thing, like it's actually a thing because it happened to me before, where you have a professor who just does not like you because you're black. I had this professor in first year. Oh my god, that woman just hated us for like no reason. The same professors are racist, they can't even hide it. Some obviously maybe are racist but they don't show it and you don't know it. But for some it's like really obvious, like how they talk to you in front of everyone in class, how they interact with you. For some reason you can just feel the energy. Like some professors are actually racist and some can actually make you fail just because of that. So yeah, that also happens in Algeria to foreign students. Number three is school in Algeria is very hard. Now I know school everywhere is really hard. In Zambia, anywhere you are in the world, school is just hard. But the fact that first of all we learn in French, we do not learn in English, we do not learn in any other language. We learn in French, which we only learned in 6 months. We only had 6 months to learn French. And you have to start doing a whole course, a whole engineering or medicine or whatever it is in French. I feel like to me that just like makes it even harder because sometimes teachers would be explaining and you can't get the explanation. So first of all, understanding the calculations by themselves is hard, and then you have to understand the calculations with explanations that came in French, which is like not your primary language. I think that just makes it even harder. And to make matters worse, even though teachers are supposed to speak French and teach in French here, that doesn't happen all the time. According to what I've experienced and what I've noticed, I feel like the higher you go, the more experienced teachers you have and the more French you kind of get to hear. But when you're in first year, I feel like teachers speak so much Arabic when you're in first year, and I think second year as well. But according to my own experience, by the time I was reaching third year, I only had one professor who liked using Arabic. All the others just would speak French normally, and yeah. But when you're starting out, it's actually even harder because most teachers will be speaking Arabic. So I think that just makes school out here a little bit harder than you would expect, or a little bit harder than normal. And the fourth point is actually the fact that most people do not understand French in their first semester of studying their studies. Of course, that applies to Anglophones, people who speak English. I think for me, and I think some of my friends, it was really hard for us to understand like things in first semester. I think by second semester you kind of get a hold of the French. But in first semester, when you're just starting, like, it just sounds like gibberish. You don't actually understand. Good for you if you were understanding everything when you started out. But I think for the majority, we don't really understand anything when you're just starting out. So it's like you literally go to school and you're like a passenger on the bus. They are teaching, others are understanding, and you're just seated in there writing, or sometimes just looking, because you actually don't understand anything. So yeah. Number 5 is you may never make an Algerian friend in your class, especially if you have fellow black student friends in your class. Usually you don't get to make Algerian friends. I really don't know if it's the language barrier or what, but it's just not really common to find people who have like Algerian friends like that. But I have Algerian friends. The friend I have, we used to be in the same class in second year. She was doing electronics, I was doing biomedical engineering, but it's all under electrical engineering and you kind of just separate in third year. So yeah, for second year we were learning together and she remained my friend even afterwards. And I think you guys know her already. Her name is Wafa. She's been on this channel quite a few times. If you haven't seen her before, or if you're new to the channel, please scroll down, you will find her somewhere. There's some videos with her there. But yeah, so for some people that is not usually the case. You can actually do all 4 years of your studies and you actually do not have an Algerian friend. It's actually very possible. Fact number 6 is you may or not end up understanding or knowing how to speak Arabic by the time you leave Algeria. So it's not a must to learn Arabic the way it's a must to learn French, because we are taught in French. But sometimes teachers get to speak Arabic a lot in class, like I mentioned earlier. And for some people, they kind of get to pick up a little bit of Arabic. I think I've picked up a little bit of Arabic, but not like much, whereby like I can chat with you in Arabic. I can't do that. Please don't come at me. There's some things that I know. Like by the time I was like reaching third year, even if a teacher is speaking Arabic in class, I would actually know what they're talking about and I wouldn't like remain behind. Or even like in my class groups where people are like chatting in Arabic, I would actually know what's going on. Like I wouldn't be completely blank, because like I've learned a lot of like words in Arabic, but even though I can't speak them, but obviously when other people are talking, I can be able to understand. And there are actually some people who actually know Arabic, like by the time they're leaving Algeria, like they know Arabic, like a lot of it. So yeah. And then also you may never even know what anything is in Arabic, probably apart from Salam Alaikum. So yeah, there's also people who just leave Algeria without knowing anything in Arabic. The next fact is teachers may presume you are the most intelligent person in the class or the dumbest person in the class because you are black. So I feel like it also depends on the teacher's past experiences with black students. If they had smart black students, they will automatically think you are smart and they will automatically think you know the answer. I don't know. They will just think you know the answers all the time. And then there's also sometimes they may think you're dumb. Like they may just think you don't know why you're here, you don't know what you're doing. There's no really knowing where the teacher has put you. But I feel like there's no in between when you're black. It's either the teacher thinks of you as smart or they think of you as dumb. There's really no in between. So yeah. The next fact is you may actually make it without attending cours. So cours are like those lessons that aren't compulsory. I don't know what you call them in Zambia, but those lessons that you just like attend, they're not compulsory. They don't take presence or attendance or anything like that. You just go if you want to learn, but then they have like TDs where they take attendance and everything else. So according to my experience, schools haven't done anything much for me because I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the majority actually of black students in Algeria do not attend cours. Even the Algerians themselves, they don't just like attend cours. I feel like just cut yourself some slack, especially if it's during winter, like sleep, you know. Okay, I'm not saying sleep, stop going for classes. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can make it. I think it's all about strategy and like knowing your strongholds and where you kind of take most of your energy, and like somehow you find that you've made it. So yeah. The next fact is you have a higher chance of getting higher marks if the teacher knows you. Now, I don't mean they just give you marks just because they know your name. That's not how it works. I just feel like teachers kind of, like if they know you, if you interact with them a lot, like for example, you ask questions in class, or when they ask to go to the board, you're always going. It's like they automatically begin to perceive you as a serious student. And at my school, I don't know if this applies to other universities as well, but we have what is known as TD marks. In Zambia, that's CA, if I'm not mistaken, where they get to combine like your test marks and presence and other things in participation. I think in my experience, I've never really like gotten low marks in a module where the teacher like knew me by name and stuff like that. I've been like, when you don't do very well, but maybe because you ask questions and you participate and do all that stuff, they just kind of, I guess, give you a decent mark. So if you're still studying in Algeria, make friends with your teachers. I don't mean go after class and start chatting, making stories. No, just look like a serious student, ask questions, send them emails, of course, of questions, not casual emails like how are you doing. No, ask questions, remain behind when the class has gone, show him a past paper, ask him how do I solve this. The teachers will think you're a serious student and you don't know how far that's going to take you, but it actually really works. And yeah, so that was actually the last of the facts that I had. I just made this video really quickly because I was filming something else and everything was already set up, so I just thought I should sneak in another video. So probably by the time you'll be seeing this, you'll be seeing that I'm in the same outfit, so don't judge my outfit. I should have said this at the beginning, but it doesn't really matter. Still, don't judge my outfit. I filmed 2 videos at once. It's not like I don't change clothes. I do change clothes. Thank you. And by the way, before I go, if you'd like hair like this, I'm going to link my plug in the description box. Interest by Chi on Instagram. Follow her if you're in Algeria or Zambia, because I think she does make deliveries to Zambia as well. I'm going to leave a link to her Instagram in the description box, so you guys check out her page, follow her page, and make sure you purchase some of this really nice hair. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and make sure your post notifications are on so you're always notified whenever I come back with a new video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be seeing you guys on my next video. Bye. Nobody can love you like I do.